buddy. Hey, sweetheart. Mommy loves you, Bubba. Handsome. Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's just a quiet day in the van this morning. I think we're in the early afternoon now. It's probably around 1 o'clock. And it's just been a chill morning. It's a Saturday. Weather's not too bad. It rained through the night. Sun's been poking out a little bit here and there. But it's a nice, cool fall day. I love this time of year, the leaves changing. And just that fresh, crisp feeling in the air. It's one of my favorite seasons. Oh, look at you. Yeah, spring and fall. I think those two are probably my most favorite times of year, although I love winter and I do love summer. But I think with the cooler temperatures, that's more tolerable, at least living in the van for sure. Fall and spring are probably the most ideal. Spring, and you get that fresh, clean, new smell in the air, the flowers coming up and the leaves coming out. And then fall, where it all changes back to the dormant stage of winter. Yeah. But anyway, so we haven't been up to too much as of late. I have been continuing with my physiotherapy. Those of you that don't know, I had a workplace accident where I was hit in the head and I suffered a concussion with some neck problems. So I've been going to physiotherapy, and as of yesterday I've just started a rehabilitation program, which is, it's like a work conditioning program that's going to help me prepare myself to get back into the workplace. So there's some weightlifting, a lot of simulation of what I do on the job site as a hoist operator. So lifting doors, pulling them down, carrying loads, just general labor type stuff as you would figure on a construction site. So nothing too severe, not to start with anyway. So they're going to build me up and get me prepared to go back to work. So that's what we've been doing. It's going to be a Monday to Friday kind of thing, and 3 hours a day, which I think is going to be good for me. It's going to get me back into a routine again, as opposed to not really having much of a structured day or week, if you know what I mean. And it's been getting boring, I'm not going to lie. It's been nice in some parts to be able to have a little bit of relaxation and just some freedom to be able to do some things that I can do during the day, like during the week, that I wouldn't be able to do if I was working, business hours type stuff. But it's going to be nice to be able to get back into a routine and earn proper money again. I am on what we call here in BC is WorkSafe, formerly known as workers' compensation. So while they are paying me wage loss benefits, it's just not quite the same as if I was working properly full-time. Sorry, I'm trying to keep an eye on my potatoes here. I'm in the mood for some little potatoes for my lunch, just potatoes. I'm weird that way. It's an Irish thing. Hey, Journey. And Journey's been doing good. She has, she's developed a cough. She was coughing a little bit when I had first taken her to the vet, and they told me that she had a mast cell tumor, and they x-rayed her chest and said, yeah, there's something in the lungs. So the cough has been slowly progressing now to be happening a little bit more often, particularly in the night. And I think it's positional. It could just be because she's laying on a particular side or what have you. Or it could just be the inactivity of laying and sleeping. And now you're coughing. What's that about, buddy? But other than that, her spirits are good. She's got a good appetite. She's still on a raw food diet, which is, I'm not going to change that unless she has an adverse reaction to it, which I doubt. But the tumor, the mast cell tumor on her foot, I was doing the castor oil packs and applying them. I stopped doing it for a bit because the tumor actually looked like it was about to go away. But I stopped doing it, and it seems like it's almost growing back a bit, so I'm going to start the castor oil again. Yeah. And I was adding a little bit of a mushroom blend to her food, but she started getting a bit of gut reaction to it and having some diarrhea. And they warned me about that. They said, you know, just keep an eye on that. If she acts like she might be not feeling well, headachy, and gets the diarrhea, then just back off on it. So I did. I pinched it back a bit, but she was still having the reaction to it. So I've cut it out altogether, and her poop seems to have gone back to normal. So I think it was the mushrooms that was upsetting her tummy. But we might just try and introduce it again, but in tinier increments, just to see. But I have a feeling she may not react well to the mushrooms, no matter how much the dose is. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to make some potatoes for my lunch. Just something simple. So these are just little nugget potatoes. I like the yellow ones. I think they call them Yukon Gold. It's just the little bitty ones. And they have a nice flavor to them. A little bit longer, not quite soft enough. But that's all we're doing. You know, I mean, in my van, this is what I have to cook with. This is my kitchen. It's just a camp stove. Been using this for 4.5 years, almost going on 5 years in March. Propane cylinder, and I just crack the door for ventilation to make sure that we're not suffocating ourselves. And of course, a pot that I had from home that I kept. Some of my stuff I got rid of. Still have some things in storage, which I have to go through and see what I can use and whatever I can donate. And then a little steam tray thing. And then I just steam the potatoes. I do this with most of my veg if I decide to cook it. Or I'll do it in a fry pan and stir fry it. Simple. When I'm not getting enough greens, or I feel like I'm not getting enough greens in my diet, I will supplement, and I'll pick up, like this is a brand I don't ordinarily get. It's a superstore. So we have a store in Canada called Great Canadian Superstore, and this may be a brand that's specific to that store. I don't know, but it was on sale, and I thought I'd try it. Not my favorite, to be honest. Not my favorite. But anyway, these contain, it's a powdered form of a bunch of different vegetables. Maybe, there may be some like seaweed, spirulina, that kind of stuff in it. And there may be some other things like chia seeds, flax seeds, that kind of thing. And I think there's some fruit in it too. And it's all ground up into a powder, and then you just make a shake out of it. You can add it to a smoothie if you like. You can do whatever you want with it, but I usually just mix it up in some water and drink it that way. So that's how I get my greens if I'm not eating enough vegetables, or I feel like I'm not getting enough vegetables in my daily diet. So I just supplement with that. Okay, aside from the greens, something else that I've added to my daily regime is flaxseed oil. It's important to get omegas 3, 6, and 9. I don't believe that this has omega 9. I think it's just 3 and 6. But flaxseed oil is a good source of that. So being that I'm a vegan, I don't consume animal products, so you can get it in the form of fish oil or just by eating fish. And since I don't do that, I have to get it other ways. So, and because I've had a hit to the head, just to sort of help with brain function, and also just being an older person, you know, there's things like joint issues, arthritis, that sort of thing that starts to creep up on you. This is good for joint health as well. So I usually just take it plain. You can add it to smoothies if you like. You could add it, say if I had my oatmeal and I wanted to add some oil to it, I can do that. You can take it many different ways, but usually I just take it by the spoonful. So I'll take at least, do it over top of the bowl. I just do it by the tablespoon, and I take 2 tablespoons per day. Straight out of the bottle. I don't mind the flavor. Some people may not like it. And it's just, that would be the most I'd be able to take. If I had to have any more, I'd probably throw up. It can cause a gag reflex for some people. It's just a texture thing. And the thought of swallowing like tablespoonfuls of oil is not exactly everybody's cup of tea. But anyway, this is just one brand I picked up from the health food store, and I thought I'd give it a try. I've tried a few different brands. Anyway, so there's my omegas, 3 and 6. Okie dokie. Potatoes. I grew up with spuds a lot. My mom was Irish, so I'm half Irish, so potatoes are, it's just something natural for me, and I love them. So many different ways to have them. So that potato water I could essentially just keep and put aside and make a soup out of it later if I wanted to, which is something I might do. I do need to get some veg and things. I've got the noodles, but I do need some more veg and stuff to add into it. So maybe I'll do that. But there we are. And then I'm going to grab some margarine to put in it. And if anybody says, oh, margarine, that's not vegan, I get the vegan brand. Let's put some light on the subject here. Yeah. Baysell makes vegan. They make a bunch of different other types too. But yes, it is vegan. So we'll add a little bit of margarine in there. And I'm going to put some pepper on it. I love pepper. Some pepper. I prefer fresh ground pepper, but this is all I have at the moment. And what else can I put in there? I'm just going to throw a little bit of steak spice. No salt. I'm not adding salt because the margarine will have enough salt in it for my taste. All right. So there we have it. We've got some steamed potatoes. We're just adding some spice to it. A little bit of margarine. Well, that's not a little bit, but... And then there's my lunch. I'm a bit lazy today. It's been a very relaxed, kind of chill day, so I'm not particular. I don't need any veg in there right at the moment. Not craving anything particular. Just potatoes. So, anyway, that's it. Just a simple potato lunch with some margarine, pepper, and some steak spice on it. Yeah. Hey, been a basic day today, Mr. Boy. Your sister's napping. You should be napping too. Did you just wake up for a nap? Yeah. All right, buddy. Bon appetit. Hi, handsome boy. Oh my goodness, you're so handsome. You are just so handsome. Yeah. Journey's just out like a light. I think I'm gonna smash these. All right. Well, that's lunch done. All right. Well, thanks for joining along. It's not a real spectacular, interesting video, but it's just a daily, this is our life kind of thing. Yeah, thought I'd throw a video out there and just let you know, hey, we are still here. It's been maybe a week or so since we posted last, but yeah, we are still here. The weather has been not so favorable. You know, we're into the fall weather now, and it's raining more than it is sunny. So being able to get outside and do some things, especially with the dogs and Journey getting older, and she's, you know, she's not doing so well anymore. It's hard because I don't want her to be uncomfortable and cold and all kinds of stuff. So it's just not pleasant for her. So we do a lot of stuff inside, and I've been going to therapy and continuing on with this head thing, and now I'm starting occupational rehabilitation. So they're trying to get me prepped to be able to go back to work sometime soon, hopefully. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's just it. That's a basic day in our life kind of thing. So hopefully you were, you know, you enjoyed it and that it wasn't too boring. But we're still here and we're still plugging along. And hopefully soon I'll get going on some things with this van. My cedar paneling started to rattle a little bit, so I think some of the furring strips that go across the top ribs has the bolts have come loose from the rib nuts. So it's nothing drastic and it's not going to fall down on top of us, but it has come loose and it does start to rattle now. And that's just the nature of living in a van. You're like a bunch of people have said before, you're just in a constant state of earthquake, especially when you're going on the back roads. And I mean, even Van City Van Life, their Chrome has some issues with his van falling apart and stuff like that. The build, it's the build. Just is what it is. Vibration starts to loosen things. So we just have to take some panels down, tighten up those nuts, maybe throw some Loctite on there. That'll sort of glue or fix the bolts in place so that they don't undo again. Yeah, and hopefully that takes care of the rattling, because it's becoming annoying, and I just don't want it to get to a point that it could potentially fall down, because Journey likes to ride on the bed a lot, and I mean just in the middle of the night if it ends up falling down. Not cool. I don't want that to happen. So we'll tighten stuff up, and yeah. And I think maybe while we have the panels down, I might stain them. I'm looking at maybe some teak oil and do them that way. I should have done them before I put them up, but I was in a hurry. I was impatient and I didn't want to take time to do it. So I think now we will. So it gives me an excuse to have them down and be able to do that. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out with us today. It's been a pretty low-key day, boring. Sorry it's not an exciting video by any means, but yeah, I just thought I'd let you guys know that we are here. We're still here. We're not going anywhere. And it's probably been about a week gap or something. Yeah. Anyway, take care, guys. Again, thanks for coming along to the end of the video. If you have stuck around, give us a thumbs up, or if you're so inclined, give me a thumbs down. Don't really care. Doesn't matter to me one way or another. And subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Stick around, hit that notification bell, and be notified of videos when I do upload them and whatnot. And then you can come along on our little life's journey of living in a van with 2 dogs. Okay, guys, take care. Thanks for coming. Again, remember, life's a journey. Enjoy the ride. Take care, guys. What are you doing? You trying to get comfy? Are you a good boy? Yeah, you're a good boy. Are you mommy's boy? Yeah. I love you.